Hey, what's up everyone? This is Mike Gross at youtube.com/MG free guitar lessons. And that was the classic Dream On by Aerosmith. Lots of different versions on that. But before we get into it, you were tuning into the top 50 greatest guitar riffs. That's Aerosmith, man. That's got to be in there. Joe Perry. Great stuff. One of the tricks to this, we're going to jump right into it. But one of the tricks is there's a lot of orchestration going on. Piano. I think this was actually, originated on piano, if I'm not mistaken. You want to tune standard on this. And so there's some tones going on with the orchestration that may, when you play it, sound like it's a little different. So it's hard to just zone right in on every little thing in there, because some of these tones are shared with the orchestra. And some that are in the orchestra aren't in the guitar, and vice versa. So you might hear a few of those in here. So it's pretty hard. It's a difficult song. It'll hurt your thumb. What you want to do... Oh, actually, this goes out to a subscriber, Love Guitars. Appreciate you, dude. Full-on big supporter, man. Really cool guy. So this one's going out to you, and we'll probably do Sweet Emotion. I don't know if it'll be in the top 50, but it'll be in some of these lessons. So what you want to do is bar on the 3rd fret on the D string through the high E. The way I do it, because a lot of people will do the 3 strings, but I try and catch the bass note on it so that rings out. It just makes it sound a little fuller. So on top of that, if you know a D minor chord, this is the D minor shape. I'm going middle finger 4E, pinky 6B, 3rd finger 5G. So it looks like that. Okay, and there's no pick involved, so you're using these 3 fingers. So the thumb's going to handle what's going on the D, and your index will do the B, your middle will do the high E. And you're plucking those. So it sounds like this. If you want to check it first and go, make sure everything's clear there. Okay, so you're going to hit D, B, and E together, pluck those with your pick hand. And with my index, I'm hitting the G string there. And then from there on out, just stick these 2 fingers together, pluck those 2. So, and then you're going to pivot between the B and the E string off that chord and the G by itself. So it ends up going, if you can see my hand there. Okay, that's going to be the concept. With this camera view, it's going to be a little tricky to get all that in there. But if you remember that, that's going to get you through all this. So, let's try that again. Take your pinky off and just go middle finger 4B, like that. That's all you're doing. And then do the B and E plucked together and the G by itself. Okay? So you have... Take your index, that's going to do 3G, and your middle finger is going to go down to 4 on the high E. And your 3rd finger is staying there on 5G. So you have, let's play it up to there. So you actually just keep the bar there, because you're needing the 3rd fret off the B on that. And then a stretch here. Middle finger 3E, index finger 2G. If you want to swap out and do that at that point, that's fine. If you can do the stretch, then you don't have to move that finger. So if you notice, it's going together on these. Or if you want to go and use your index, but that sets the beat for that whole thing. So the next part, you're going to repeat what you started with. And I like catching that F note up here on the D. You won't see a lot of people doing that, but it makes it sound fuller since we don't have an orchestra backing us. So take this whole shape, move it sharp a whole step. You can get rid of the 3rd finger, you don't need it here. And do the same thing. B and E together, and then the G by itself. And then just flip your middle finger and your pinky upside down from that. So this comes up, this comes down. And do the same thing. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Those are eighth notes. So I'm doing B and E together and the G by itself. Again. And then just the B and E. Okay? Then you're going to start that over. You're going back to this. Move this up sharp just like before. Flip it over like we just did. That went up, that went down. 1 and 2 and. So it's just back and forth twice there. And then the next part is. So first finger's already there. 5G, middle finger on 6 on the B and the E, or you can use 2 fingers. But it sounds like this individually. But you pluck those 3 together. Okay? So it sounds like this. Okay? That's a minor chord there. So on this part you would go 4E, 6B, 5G. And pluck those 3 together. So that part ends up going. Subgroup that stuff, okay? Important. And that wraps it up for Dream On. That's a hard song, huh? But work it through. Make sure your chords are clear. That's the most important part. If you're playing this on acoustic, it's probably going to get a little tired on your hand, maybe back here on your thumb. But push through, man. Go through it. Subgroup everything and make sure everything's clear by doing that. Or that's number 1. Because it's so critical, the chords are just really exotic, pretty sounding in here, so you want every note to count. So that wraps it up, man. I hope you guys like this. Love guitars. This is for you, bud. Thank you, man. You're way cool. We're cut from the same mold, dude. Musically, there's no doubt about it. And you guys tune into the top 50 greatest guitar riffs. That was Aerosmith with Dream On. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel for free guitar lessons from a pro. I've been doing it a long time, 20 years. I'm new to the internet side of it. So if you watch my early ones, hopefully you'll see that things have gotten better. Particularly the Jimi Hendrix video, man, with the buzz through the whole back of the video. So, coming a ways, still got a ways to go. In the meantime, thanks, man, for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.